What's up YouTube? This is Victor on the Let Me Explain channel, and today I would just like to do a video response about a video I checked out, of course, on YouTube, here on YouTube, by Nature Boy. And he said that Dr. Sebi was basically fake and false because he sold product. Now I tend to disagree with that because while he did sell product, he gave a lot of knowledge. He dropped a lot of knowledge. Now, you and I will agree that knowledge is power. That's what you need to move forward. Now, if you're going to go on to say Dr. Sebi was not qualified to teach people about food, not just our people, but people about food, I tend to disagree with that. One, the man was very well traveled. He'd been to Africa, he'd been to Zimbabwe, South Africa, you name it, he'd been there. And also Mexico, Honduras, where he was from, and so on. So when you say he's not qualified to teach about food, when his whole mission in life was to actually go to places and see what people eat and how they live, and then bring that back and work on it to help other people, I don't get what your argument is. I sense a lot of anger in your argument, and I don't think you have a balanced point of view. Secondly, yes, there is winter in Africa. I am from Africa. So your argument that melanated people should not live in a winter environment, I mean, what's that all about? I totally don't get that. Thirdly, Dr. Sebi was a human being like you and me. We live in a capitalistic system, and of course, I mean, he's got family, he's got people to take care of. But he set up a business and also a model, which, if followed, would enable people to go to Usha village on much less than the 1500 you're talking about. But nonetheless, my point is this. Simply because a person chooses to set up business does not make them a bad person. Dr. Sebi himself did say that I do not want to take money from sick people. Look it up. Do your DD. Once you do your due diligence, you'll find out that most of your argument is not well placed. Now, I hate the fact that Dr. Sebi, with all the research he put into his product, with all the information he gave out, is now being called out as a fraud. I mean, when you look at it, he never went to school, he's self-taught. He looked into herbs and discerned that most of the food served today, sold today, is hybrid. And he had scientific backing for that. And so when you say he is not qualified to teach people about food, I tend to disagree. Now look here. I don't deny you your point of view, your perspective, but what I do argue with is that why is it that when one of our people rises and gives free information, look at his videos, you can gather all the herbs he puts together and do it yourself at home. He gave the information free. There is no hidden agenda there, in my view, because if I didn't want to buy his products, I would simply buy the herbs or collect the herbs, make it myself. Finally, I would just like to mention that we live in a very fast world. We live in a capitalist world. So you're either buying product or you're buying convenience. Now, Dr. Sebi provided you both. He gave you the knowledge to put the product together so that you could make it yourself. So in this case, you would go out and buy the product if you can't get it from your garden or around your neighborhood. So that's the product. Secondly is the convenience. I'm running around looking after my family. Lucky for you, you don't have to do that. But some people do. So what do? They buy the convenience. That's what Dr. Sebi sold in his product. That's what Dr. Sebi's product is about. It's about the convenience. Get it straight. And my people, it's really time we stop bashing each other and just start respecting each other more. Because if you don't want to buy Dr. Sebi's product, make it yourself. You've got the knowledge. Step forward. So in conclusion, I'd just like to say, no, Dr. Sebi was far from a fraud, far from fake. He gave information free, which other people sell in seminars and so on. Go on YouTube. Today you might be educated about herbs and the chemical makeup of them simply by watching Dr. Sebi's videos. So I'd like to say, hey, to each their own, but to call Dr. Sebi a fraud, nah.